Hello, Master Bruce.
Alfred, there's something wrong with the back computer. What's this? Computer. Nothing. Computer. Do you see what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with it, sir. I've just taken away your social media privileges.
The parental lock? You can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. It's part of a new initiative in Utah to help people like me protect the minds of vulnerable individuals like you, sir.
You know what? Doesn't matter, because I have a double secret super password that unlocks the parental lock.
Oh, do you mean Alfred the Butler with 2 T's, sir?
There's absolutely been an increased push on keeping kids safe online, and the awareness that's being spread of some of the things, whether, in particular, a lot of what we're seeing is weirdos on TikTok, whether they be, full of, grown adult men wearing makeup and having private Discord servers or Patreons or private accounts, or just the kind of unfettered spread of an ideology that is not family-centric. There's been a really renewed push to protect people online, our most vulnerable, and I 100% support it. I think that we have enough data now that we understand that social media is simply not good for young minds. It's not great for old ones either. There's a huge win today at the state level that will likely spread to other states, now banning minors from social media without parental consent. I think this is an absolute W, and we're going to get into the specifics of it. Just wanted to remind people I've got 2 quick announcements today. I'm sunsetting my Telegram and obviously spending less time on Twitter. So I'm going down to basically one place where I interact, where we can talk, and I've decided that that's going to be my Gilded, which is like a non-woke Discord. You can use it on your phone, you can use it on your computer, and it's like a chat. There's different chat rooms. You can talk about gaming or, my Final Fantasy guilds in here. We can talk about all the day's news. I'm going to leave a link for you to join that. I really love for you to join. There's about 10,000 members there. And that's going to be where I spend some amount of every single day. I'll be in there chatting with people now. Just going down. I have too many ways for people to reach me, and I was failing at keeping up with all of you. Also, huge push this weekend. I want to see if I can get 1,000 new viewers to try Coffee Brand Coffee. And to incentivize that, I have the biggest discount I've given in history in the description right now. 17% off. There's a link where you'll get 17% off, or you can enter promo code 17OFF. And that's like basically taking it right down to cost. But I just want people, if you like coffee, tea, or cocoa, to give it a try. It's available in whole bean and ground, K-Cup, everything, roast fresh to order. If nothing else, take some time today to check out our reviews. 4,100 reviews of our products with an average review score of 4.8 stars. We have cold brew bags. We have chocolate-covered espresso beans. I really want a chance to earn 1,000 new customers this weekend, and I'll keep you updated on the Gilded server, how we get close to that. So please check that out. Sale ends this weekend. Now, this new law starts in Utah, is definitely going to make kids very angry, but it's going to protect parents. Kids in Utah are going to hate these new social media laws. Starting in March 2024, platforms must give parents in Utah more control over their kids' social media accounts. Crafty teens can probably still get around it, though. Utah will soon require parental consent for any minors to use social media. Governor Spencer Cox signed into law 2 pieces of legislation that force social networks to verify the age of all Utah residents who create a profile and obtain parental consent for anyone under the age of 18. Now, this isn't going to stop parents from knowingly allowing their kids on social media, but it will stop them from being able to create, new accounts unfettered. And, this is an absolute win. I would love to see this in every state. I don't think that, we see with the bullying and with, kids getting so bad where they, choose to opt out and end their own lives. All this kind of stuff is exacerbated by social media. It's bad enough sometimes if you're the poor kid in school, you're the chubby kid. Kids can be so cruel. But when you add, and that's difficult for people to handle at like any level, but also when you're a kid, it's kind of, it's tough. But when you add the whole world into it, making fun of you, when you have, huge YouTubers, roasting some 15-year-olds who, is overweight and eats too much food or something like that, like it can be a lot for kids and they need to be protected. And, I'm guilty of that too. And I have to be more careful going forward as well. In beginning March 1st next year, services with over 10 million users must follow a slew of new rules, including granting guardians permission to view all posts and messages on their child's account and creating a default digital curfew between 10:30 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. local time, though parents can turn that off. Look, if you want to be a parent that allows your kid unfettered access to social media, you think it's going to be fine or you think they can handle it, that's fine. I'm not going to tell parents how to parent, but I do think as a default setting, this is very good. It's just a good thing. The edicts HB 311 and SB 152 also ban direct messaging of certain accounts, surfacing minors' profiles in search results, displaying advertising, or collecting, using personal information, and targeting or suggesting ads or content. Again, massive W here. I mean, the fact that, you can block direct messages, I think is very, very good, especially to, these kids' accounts. You can prevent a lot of weirdo creeps. Blocking advertising, blocking collecting data. These are all great things. Quote, "We're no longer willing to let social media companies continue to harm the mental health of our youth," the governor tweeted. He pointed people to socialmedia.utah.gov for more information. When the law kicks in next year, folks will be able to start suing social media companies over damages incurred by a Utah minor for any addiction, financial, physical, or emotional harm suffered as a consequence of using their platforms. For those under 16, harm is presumed under law, and companies must prove otherwise or face penalties like a $250,000 fine for the use of addictive design features and pay up to $2,500 per minor that saw it or was subjected to it. Love it. Kids need to spend more time outside touching grass. Kids need to spend more time in youth sports, joining chess teams, learning how to fly drones, whatever the kids are doing now, but interacting with each other IRL is what they need to do more of and less time on social media. Quote, "Youth rates of depression and other mental health issues are on the rise because of social media companies," according to the governor. "As leaders and parents, we have a responsibility to protect our young people." Not everyone's on board, though. Earlier this month, the Electronic Frontier Foundation urged the governor to veto what it called a dangerous bill. I detect no danger here. Legitimately. I mean, does anybody really care? Is anybody going to, go to bat here for these social media companies and say, well, they really need to have more access to the youth? The group opposes laws mandating age verification requirements. And this SB 152 is one of the worst we've seen, as it will infringe upon young people's First Amendment rights to information and harm privacy and free speech. No, I don't think so. I don't see it that way. I think that this is just some weird ad company that really wants, kids' data to still be farmed. Social media companies have been on the hot seat for a while over how they protect younger users. But things really ramped up in 2021 after former Facebook product manager Frances Haugen turned over internal documents to the Wall Street Journal and told Congress that Facebook focused on growth to the detriment of projects that could make social media a safer space for teens and other marginalized communities. Since then, Meta-owned Facebook and Instagram have rolled out new features intended to protect younger users from predators as well as prevent them from spending too much time on the apps. That includes defaulting new teen accounts to more private settings, prompting young users to review privacy policies and nudging them away from harmful content. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm glad that it has some teeth to it. I hope that it has, gives parents abilities to go after these companies who are essentially profiting off their kids' private data. And I don't think kids absolutely need social media in any way, shape, or form. I think that this is not really hurting anybody. I think it's just an absolute W. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, if people are mad, certainly parents can override this and give their youth whatever access they want to social media. Look, I worked at Walmart. I worked in the electronics section, and parents came in all the time and bought their 12-year-olds Call of Duty. Okay, I didn't have anything to say about it. They're not my kids. I don't need to worry about that. But ultimately, the default setting, I think, should be more protective. And when these rules aren't followed, there should be huge financial penalties for it, and it seems like there actually is. So this is just a huge win all around for parents, for kids. I hope to see you in the description. Remember, 1,000 new customers this weekend is the goal. Right now we're at 59. So we're moving right along at the time of recording this, and I've only released one video. So head on over to coffeebrandcoffee.com or the link in the description to save 17% off. Give our whole bean or our ground coffee a try, or our organic teas, or our detox teas, or our hot cocoa. Really, any of it. Or maybe tell a friend, send them the link, tell them to try it out if you know someone who likes coffee, tea, or cocoa. And I'll see you on the Gilded server, link in the description too. We'll talk to you again real soon.